grams.
Oh, and he's taking. Wait a minute. Taking shots at Neil deGrasse Tyson? Who is this guy? This guy sounds like a badass. I like that. Neil deGrasse Tyson catching strays? You see the mathematician cook Terrence Howard? You know, let me pull that up. I still haven't seen that. Or is just like a super cut of all of it, because I don't want to watch the whole thing. Maybe here.
The Joe Rogan experience.
I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson actually knows the history of peer review. This is Google Ngrams.
Oh, and he's taking. Wait a minute. Taking shots at Neil deGrasse Tyson? Who is this guy? This guy sounds like a badass. I like that. Neil deGrasse Tyson catching strays?
Often a phrase is found.
I don't know anything about this guy, but I appreciate that.
Books.
1 × 1 = 2 section, but this is a pretty interesting section. I don't know the history of peer review either, to be honest. I really just want to see the 1 × 1 = 2 challenge. Clip of them discussing 1 × 1 = 2 is on the YouTube channel Going Rogan. Here we go. Thanks.
As an example of the 1 × 1, assume that Terrence doesn't have a big problem with addition, because addition doesn't have the division by 0 problem. If you take any two numbers, A and B, two real numbers, right? Or make them positive. And take the natural logs of those two numbers and add those together. Then you take the exponent of that. So we haven't done a times operation at all.
Right.
Right? The exponential of the ln of A plus ln of B. That is equal to the A to A times B. In other words, addition and multiplication are what we would say is isomorphic, where an ordinary person would say exactly the same thing. So in other words, if you don't allow me multiplication, but you would allow me, because you like waves, so with waves you need exponentials.
He really did his research on teriology.
There's no way of changing the law of multiplication.
Terrence Howard has said that he doesn't really believe in 0. And now he's saying, why is there no 0? Well, now I'm confused. What do you believe in, Terrence? What the fuck? Wait, did he abandon that one? Does he not talk about 0 not being real anymore? Is that no longer a part of teriology? This chat's not even sure. I don't think there's like a consistent through line with teriology, so I guess it's kind of just whatever mood he's in, whether or not he believes 0 is real.
Terrence's underlying metaphysics.
No, what I'm saying is that they're to say 0 is supposed to represent no thing. Nothing whatsoever, but they have 0 as a number, set up as a number.
Oh no, okay, so,
but
okay.
to say no thing, your brain creates a chemical structure, even in saying nothing. So there is, what I'm saying philosophically.
There's a difference between the empty set and
empty set.
0.
That's the difference.
Right? So if I say to you, Terrence, what is the collection of kittens that you have sold to North Korea to be used for spare parts? You would say, it's the empty set. I've never sold a kitten. I say, hey, Terrence, what is the number of kittens that you've sold for the internal organs to North Korea? You would say 0. So
Correct.
0 is
I would say none, yeah.
That's
0.
right. So there is a 0.
But to multiply something by nothing, don't they have
Well, he folded on that real quick. I remember Terrence Howard was like, he's adamant. He's like, there is no 0. You can't say 0. It's not real. And now he's just like immediately like, yeah. It was definitely a weird analogy, but I mean, it worked. I mean, he got him to the right conclusion. 0. It's a real thing.
Dimensionally equal.
It's crazy how effectively he weasels his way out of this 1 × 1 = 2 gobbledygook. Just by just fucking filibustering with nonsense. The Dewey Decimal System, you take the currencies from over here, and then you take that from over there, and then this, and then this, and then it's now all of a sudden we're not talking about 1 × 1 = 2 anymore. Now it's some kind of fucking quantum stupid conversation. It's so silly. It's so silly. It's such a fucking spam of buzzwords. It's unreal. Ugh. That's exactly what con men on TV do. It's effective. It's effective. Like when the Joe Rogan episode dropped with Terrence Howard, half of Twitter was like, wow, I had no idea Terrence Howard was such a fucking mathematician genius. This is enlightening stuff. I always had a suspicion 1 × 1 actually did equal 2 and that all the math we were taught is completely incorrect. Which is how I'm able to sit here behind the computer that's a product of math because it's all wrong. If only we followed Terrence Howard's 1 × 1 = 2. And the hydrogen proton geometry. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. That's unreal. Joe Rogan brings on the mathematician. Hey, can you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to listen to this nonsense. Why are you trying to correct him? Let him talk. Let him keep spouting fucking nonsense. At some point, you just gotta realize people don't want to have their minds change. But he did. That's the thing. He instantly folded on his whole zero isn't real thing when this guy brought like an irrefutable point that zero has to be real. And Terrence immediately, without hesitation, is like, yeah, okay, so zero's real. All he has to do is just show him that 1 times 1 will never equal 2. You can do it with a physical demonstration. I did it in a video with fucking waifu shaker cups. Anyone can show that 1 times 1 will always equal 1. That is the most provable thing on the planet. It's so crazy. Yeah, but they won't for content. That's true. I think Joe Rogan's... he's an idiot for sure, but I think he knows that milking Terrence Howard's craziness is good for him. That's probably why he shut it down. But the warp drives... Yeah, the fucking warp drives. It's not an idea, Maria. it's very different. Unless you're talking like the other side with like Terryology.